Hi guys, it's Jeanette Wilde. So this is my submission for the Makers Group hop. And the idea on the hop is we've got certain guidelines in terms of a what to use list and then just a theme for the month. And this is for the February 2022. The theme is called Accordion to me, which is so cute. And like I said, I got paper here. There's a list, right? And the idea is to choose at least one item from 3 different categories. So what I chose on this one is the textiles. So that's one. And so there's fabric, sari silk all throughout the book. So sari silk for the binding, and then there's fabric throughout, just little elements to background some of the little elements. And then let's see, then under texture, I've got, there's my cat. I did some embossing, so there's embossing throughout, and I'll show you that. And also I added beads, so there's a bunch of beads throughout, really pretty. And then the media part is how I colored in the embossed pieces. And give me just one second. Okay, just wanted to make sure I have the different supplies that I use next to me. So accordion, I decided to make a little accordion book. And little, yeah, it's quite large. And each page is held, like I said, with little sari silk. And that, of course, it's very, yeah, as you can see, floppy, I guess. But I really like it that way. I don't know. And I had actually thought, originally I thought I was going to make a little box to put the book in, but I don't know. I like it as it is. Maybe some point I will make a little box to put it in, but for right now, I'm enjoying my book. The paper collection that I used in here is from Ink and Page. It's her Auld Lang Syne. Let's see, there's a lot of Muka, really gorgeous images. Oh, I also added flowers. Now, technically, there's not real, but under the organic category, one is flowers. So they're real in the most abstract sense of the word, right? So, all right. So the basic pieces of this, each page is really just a piece of cardstock. So, not stiff or anything, just a normal piece of cardstock. And then I took it's a journal kit, so of course it's got 2 sides, so I took and split it down the middle and used the pages that way on the different pages. And then there's the elements from the fussy cut and the ephemera pages that come in the kit. And then, like I said, for each page, on the borders, on the ones that were just plain, or every page actually, front and back, on the borders, I used these stamps, little leaves, and then I colored in them. And then also there's some places where I used this like a flower and kind of a rose, and then some flowers and a flower vase. Use those stamps as well. They're all embossed. And I liked, so it's clear embossing on the black paper. Very, very subtle. I mean, you almost don't see it when you first look, but it just adds this little bit of something to the side. And then how I colored those in is these Faber-Castell metallic colored pencils. And you see they're designed to work on black paper. You can use them on white paper, they're just not very stunning. And these are just your basic, nothing fancy, metallic from Faber-Castell, and they are brilliant. I love these. This is one of my Christmas presents from my husband's family, and I love it. Really, really nice. So let's show that to you again so you can see Faber-Castell the metallic color pencils. So then so I colored those in with the colored pencils, and that's really it. And it really, the leaves are two-tone slightly because they're so tiny. The flowers are single tone because shading, like I said, there was just a little too difficult, and there's only 10 pencils, so it's not like you have a bunch of choices. And some of them, when they go down, are so similar in color that it's almost like, okay, why bother trying to make, you know, all kinds of shading. And I had so much, because like I said, every single page, the leaves are on each side, every one of them, and then like the little elements. So it was like, they look real nice without trying to do a whole bunch of fancy shading and everything. Okay, so let me just go through. So like you said, on the front, we got some little flower petals, and they're held down with some brads. And on this one, I have this little cluster of beads. Oh, I was going to say, one of the things I do with my beads is I often sit down with my bead trays, and I've got this little machine. Actually, let me go get it. Okay, I said machine. It's a tool, but this little guy allows you. Oops, let me just throw that across the room. To make head pins, or basically just make the little loops that you need on your beads. So for instance, if I pull this out, to see how the little loops there at the end, I am terrible at these. So if all I have is my pliers and I'm trying to make these little loops by hand, I'm terrible at it. So this little guy allows you to do that very easily, and you just slide the wire into the guy, and then you just squeeze. Now sometimes, depending on how big the bead or how tough you do have to fiddle a bit to ensure that it closes, and as you can see, it is a little difficult to get it real tight to the bead. So if you don't mind it going up and down, then I love it. I love it. So what I do is I sit with my bead case, some wires of different metals, and my little dude, and I make a lot of them. So I just, different beads, and I just make little beads on my pins. Some I'll make with the loops on both ends, so I can, double them up. Some I make with it on only one end, so that would be the bottom of, a chain. But I just sit and do that with my beads and the wires. I try to go different colors, so, sometimes like this, I'll do the brass. Also, spacers if I'm feeling it. This one is actually two caps, end caps, around a kind of a wheel bead. So that's just sit and do that. And then sometimes I decide to make something with some of the little pieces, so I made this little guy that may eventually go on a book. Maybe not. But that's what I do. And then when it comes to making a project like this where I want to just quickly add just a couple of beads as a dangle, I just grab my little box and I can very quickly run through and put it together. And I'm not sitting there right at that moment trying to make them. Plus, it's a nice way to just sit and relax to make a bunch of those. So anyways, wanted to show you that. So let's look at the book real quick here. Nothing too fancy. Again, just every page has the embossing around the borders. And then every other page has a flip element. So I flip out, there's a pocket one and one that flips up. And like I said, some of this, we have some fabric to add to it. And then here's another of the stamps. This is the flower. And then you can see that nice little sheen that you get with those metallic colored pencils. So again, embossed in with clear embossing, and then I colored it in. A little bit of fabric up here on the top. So I'll go through this quickly. And what's fun in this one is that you have to keep going, like, close it and open it. And then, like I said, then the next page, so I have a page with a flip element, and then a page that has nothing. So you can see this one has no element, and on the other side also has nothing. And then this is the pocket that flips. And we have, again, some little fabric. There's the embossed flower again with a different color. And a couple of journal cards inside of there. And all of these flip elements are held down with magnets. And I did that because you're doing this all the time. And to do that and have that, you know, flip-flopping all over the place as well would have been very aggravating. And like I said, every page has a little bit. And then we flip back again this way. And then on this little flip or this page, we have another little set of bead dangles. This guy flips up. And there's yet another of the flower, and some more of the elements, the ephemera from the kit. The magnets are strong. And then you can now flip this way. Nice little ukulele. Flip back that way. Get that in all of the little bit of fabric. And then on this one, the stamp is a little vase. And then, again, colored in with the pencils. Now flip back this way. And I didn't do the same coloring on all of them. So some of them, I used the blue. There's like 3 greens. I think one of them is supposed to be like a teal, but it really comes out more green than anything. And so there's a blue and then these 3 different greens, and that's what I used to do all the leaves. Okay, now we have this page. This is another pocket that flips, and another ukulele with another of the vases. Of course, there's ephemera in the pocket. And now we flip. Oops, where are we at? Which direction are we going here? Did I miss? Yeah, okay, this one. We have another ukulele. Flip back. And on this last page, or not, it's the last page, it's the one holding the 2. We have yet another dangle. So I'll show you that here since we're looking at it there. And then this flips up. And there is another of the stamps that's colored in. And I don't know how well this can be seen. So this is actually, what was that? I think it was a tablecloth. I like to use everything. So anything old that goes away, I keep it. Okay, and then the last pages here. And that's the back. So that's the book. And like I said, it's very floppy. It does go all over the place. It makes a lot of noise as you flip through it. But I'm really loving it. So I'm very happy with how this turned out. And it's not necessarily, I mean, like I said, the kit is actually called Auld Lang Syne. And so it's very New Year acquaintances, you know, off of the song, you know, Auld Lang Syne. But I wanted to kind of go more the love, since this is my February book, the love route. So that's why I went with the pinks and the purples and focused on the little elements that didn't necessarily scream New Year's. Not that there's a lot. It's a beautiful, very, very versatile kit. So I highly recommend taking a peek at it. So again, enjoy the hop. Please go to the next person on the list, which there'll be a link down below to the next person as well as all the previous, depending on where I am in the list. Definitely go check them all out. These are wonderful, amazing ladies who always come up with amazing projects. And this will be going on every month. So look forward to the next month. Please join us. I'll have a link also to the makers group. You can join the group, and definitely then you can make sure that you don't miss any of the hop dates. So definitely go check them out. Hope you enjoyed that. And if you got questions, comments, please leave them down below. And I will see you next time.